Leetcode 242, valid anagram, very common topic or very common theme across Leetcode problems and related anagrams. And in this case, we deal with the most basic setup and the easiest version. So we have just two strings as inputs, and we check if they are anagrams of each other. Yeah, so we don't have to figure out where are the strings coming from. It's not like in more advanced setup you would have some chunk of text, you have to find the words inside, and of course more than two words can be anagrams of each other and so on. Yeah, so it can get complicated, but in this case we have the easiest version, and that's why the problem is also marked as easy. And for the sake of it, let's read the whole description, which is very short, even though we have already mentioned most of it. So we have two strings, as I said, S and T. This is the easiest setup, and we have to return a Boolean output, either true if they are anagrams or false otherwise. And there is an additional explanation of what anagrams are. So here they say, an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, using all the original letters exactly once. And what does it mean? If we have one word and then another word, and those words are not exactly the same, but I can move around letters in the second word and get the first word without adding any letters or removing any letters, just moving them around or swapping, then they're anagrams. Yeah, so they have exactly same amount of letters, or they had, in terms of like strings, their lengths are the same, and the frequency of each letter is exactly the same. Yeah, so if one letter appears 5 times in the first word, then it also has to appear 5 times in the second word. And those are anagrams, and here are two examples. In the first one, we have anagram and nagaram. And they are anagrams since we have A 3 times here and 3 times here. Then we have N 1 time and 1 time, G 1 time and 1 time, and R 1 time, and M also 1 time. And those two are anagrams. And the second example, rat and car, of course, are not anagrams because here we have T and here we have C. Yeah. And those are not anagrams. And the constraint is also important since all the letters of the all the characters of those strings will always be only lowercase English letters. So the possible set or the possible space of the input is very limited. And let's copy that and think about the ways we can solve it. There are a couple of approaches. One is using a dictionary and another is using an array, or in our case, a list, which sometimes might be more efficient, but dictionary is the more natural, I think, and the more common approach. Of course, the frequency of each letter in both words has to be the same. Like this, the first point and the second point. Yes, if the lengths differ, we can say for sure that the words are not anagrams. Anagrams like this. And that's it. And now we have two options, either dictionary, dict versus array. So let's first try the dictionary approach. We will use a visual way first, and then we'll convert it to the code. Yeah, so we can create two counters, one for S, like this, and the other one for T, for both our inputs. And we can simply iterate one by one through the letters. So first letter is A, and we put it here. We found one A. Then we have N. Okay, we have found one N. Then we have A again. So what do? We increment by 1. Then we have G. Then R. And A again. So here's A again, and then M finally. And that's it. And for the T, we can do the same. So first is N. Then A. Then G. Then A again. And you can already see it where it's going. Then R. And then A again and M. A again and 3. And of course, in this graphical version, the keys are ordered in a certain way, but it doesn't matter for the dictionaries. We simply compare if keys exist in both dictionaries when we compare the dictionaries, and if the values for given keys are the same. And in this case, they are the same, like this, not that fat. This 3 and 3 here are the same, and 1 and 1 are the same, and 1 and so on and so forth. Yeah, so they are exactly the same. So the question that we ask, are those dictionaries the same? And we have just two options, either yes or no. And no. Yes. And if yes, then what? We have an anagram. Yeah. And they are not anagrams. Otherwise, that's it. So let's convert it to Python, and then we'll think about optimizations that we can use and the other approach with array. So let's create two counters, counter S, and let's use default dict, since default dict creates default values for each entry. And our values are of type int. Yeah, those are the values. And by default, since we are using default dict, they will be set to 0. And so we don't have to check is the key already there or not. Just by default, it will have value 0, which is an advantage over a normal dict or a row dict. And now we can do our iteration for character in S. We simply increment by 1 on the position of that character. And the same for character in T. Each time we encounter it, we increment by 1. And then we return comparison between two counters, and if they are the same, then everything works fine. Otherwise, we have no anagrams. Okay, and already we can add an optimization, which might not be reflected here since we have just 50 test cases, which is far too little to get some stable results. If you try to submit the same code multiple times, you can get, like, for this particular code, I think between being able to be 30% up to 80%. So it's very unstable. Sometimes it is the case for Leetcode problems, so don't get sad whenever you see a bad result here. Yeah, it might be because of the unstable test cases. And if the lengths are different, then we can say 100% that they are not anagrams. And let's submit this, and then let's discuss the array option. Okay, so can we use an array instead of standard dictionaries? And the answer is yes. And the answer is also we still want to use frequencies, and we still want to count how many times each letter appears in the word. But how can we do it with an array? Well, we have, let's go to the description. We have just a couple of possible keys. Yeah. So we can map each key. Those are just lowercase English letters, so 20 something from A to Z. And the first element, the first entry in the array will be mapped to A, then B, then C, then some other letters that I don't want to create, and finally Z, and that will be our array. So for some other languages than Python, especially like C and C++, where you can specify how many elements in memory, not only inside your code, in memory will be reserved, like how much space will be reserved for your data structures and especially arrays, yeah, then it will have definitely a great impact on the performance. But since in Python everything happens behind the scenes, even though we create, let's say, a list with 26 or 28 elements, behind the scenes there's like some kind of dynamic stuff going on which will reserve more space in memory than we actually need. And fixed amount of elements is key. But still, I think it's worth knowing that approach. And this will be our A, then B, and then finally Z here. And of course we start with zeros. And then each time we encounter a given letter in our word, we will increment by 1. And so the idea stays the same as here. Let's comment this out, but also let's copy it, since almost all of this is exactly the same. And in this case, we will just use N for our fixed amount, and this will be the difference between Z and A plus 1. And here minus. So however many letters there are, I don't know, maybe 28, 26, something like this. Doesn't matter, we can just subtract one from another, the last one from the first one, plus 1. And we can create a list with that many elements, all set to 0 initially. And then each time we have character, we have to map it again to the integer and subtract a, so that if here we have a, then of course ort for a and minus ort for a gives 0, and that's the first element. And that's it. Let's now run. Submit. And we are still around 70%. And the last thing that we can do is to use a single counter. How is it possible? Well, we can just stay in our incrementation here for the first word, but for the second word, we will do an opposite operation, which is subtraction. And we'll decrement each time we encounter a given character. So how can we say by doing this and this when we have anagrams? Well, if each time we encounter letters in the first word, we increment by 1, and each time we encounter the same letters in the second word, we decrement by 1, then we should have all zeros for a counter, if it's an anagram. And that's, we can use any, which will try to convert each element of that list to Boolean, and if any of them are true, then the whole thing is true. But of course, if we have our case where we have anagrams, then all of them will be 0, meaning that any will return false. But we have to invert that Boolean result, since false for any here is true for checking if they are anagrams or not, if that makes any sense. Let's run again and submit. And all the time around 70%. But I did it some time ago, and it was much more varied. So it looks like all those changes have no effect, and now finally 90%, but probably we could also get 90% with the first approach. So it's more to show you what kind of approaches there are.